Amara lived in a small room at the back of her aunt's house. It was a quiet spot she called home after her parents died. Her cousin, David, was a kind boy who loved Amara very much. He would spend hours talking to her, listening to her wishes, and often helping her with the fancy sewing she loved to do. But David's mother, Amara's aunt, only saw trouble where David saw something good. She didn't like Amara being there, especially because David liked his cousin so much, which made her feel like he didn't care as much about her. Amara put all her feelings into her sewing. She turned plain threads into bright pictures on cloth. For many weeks, she worked on a big, beautiful wall hanging. It showed blooming trees and birds dancing. She planned to sell it at the next village market. David would often sneak in to watch her, his eyes full of wonder at how good and patient she was. "It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," he whispered one night. His words made Amara feel quietly proud. But his mother would watch them with a tight mouth and cold eyes. The night before the market, Amara carefully spread out her finished wall hanging. It was a masterpiece shining in the dim light. She fell asleep, dreaming of selling it and finally being able to help her aunt's household. But when the house became quiet, the aunt sneaked into Amara's room. Her eyes, squeezed with envy and meanness, saw the wall hanging. With a mean smile, she grabbed it, pulled it outside, and purposely dragged it through the mud and thorny bushes. This tore and stained the soft cloth until it was completely ruined. She thought this act would shame Amara, break her spirit, and finally make David stop caring for her. The next morning, Amara woke up feeling happy and excited for the market. But the moment she saw her wall hanging, she gasped. Her beautiful creation was dirty, ripped, and totally ruined. A wave of sadness washed over her, and hot tears ran down her face. All her hard work, all her hope seemed to be gone. David heard her crying and rushed in. He looked sad when he saw the wall hanging. Then he understood what happened and became angry as he looked at his mother, who stood at the door with a blank face. But Amara, after the first shock, slowly wiped her tears. She looked at the ruined threads, then at David's sad face. She saw not just the damage, but the mean reason behind it. And with that, a strong determination grew inside her. "It is not lost," she whispered, her voice shaking but steady. With David watching quietly, she picked up the damaged wall hanging. Instead of throwing it away, she started to carefully fix the rips with new, stronger threads. She made patterns that used the mud stains as abstract, earthy designs. The original blooming trees were still there, but now they seemed to grow from a deeper, tougher ground. When Amara showed her new wall hanging at the market, people gasped in surprise and praise. It was not just beautiful anymore. It was special, telling a quiet story of difficulty and change. People were fascinated by the unexpected mix of delicate beauty and rough strength. Amara sold the wall hanging for more money than she had ever hoped. The aunt, watching from afar, saw not a broken girl, but one who had turned her planned downfall into a victory. She saw David's steady pride in Amara, a bond that her cruelty had only made stronger. The damaged wall hanging had not broken Amara's spirit. It had simply shown how strong it truly was.